Hi, welcome back. I'm Hailborn. I think I might need to get some music in here for you guys. I'll work on that for next time. We're gonna keep this particular stream a bit short. I went way over on my brand new permadeath run through in No Man's Sky, and I didn't mean to. And so we're gonna do this one. We're gonna have a very brief time here. What I had said I wanted to get done last time from Monday was that I wanted to fix this building, do all the posts over, and make it the hero building that it's going to be. Okay. Sorry, I didn't have time to do that. So tonight, what I am going to do, and sorry, I haven't eaten yet, so I'm snacking a little bit. What I am going to do is I'm going to show you how I'm going to try to keep my files organized. Um, Once you have found some stuff in Fab, I'm using predominantly Mega Scan assets that I'm either purchasing or the free assets. Once you download those, I'll show you real quick. Let's make that big. They get there's a lot of files. Like this is not a lot of the files. This is a very small amount, but they can get very messy very quickly. So, what I want to do is I want to keep all my files that I'm actually using in my own architecture section. So, I've got my architecture, I've got my floors, we've got wood floors, and then we have single planks. Now, we talked last time, I need to redo this because these are pretty much all exactly the same plank in different colors, and I realize I don't like that, so I have to fix that. Not going to do that with you guys tonight because that's going to be kind of boring. Let's go back to floors. We have stone floors. Some of these are assets, some of these I built. I do like my stone floors. They're fine for now. I'm not going to worry about those because we can change those with decals. Oh, let's go back to architecture. Foundations. These are the foundations. I kind of created these based on a box, and then I found a stone wall asset that fit well. And even after I curved the top, it worked. So these I'm sticking with for right now. They're fine. But what I'm gonna show you on is the beams. I'm going to show you how I'm downloading them from Fab, and then I'm going to show you how I'm going to try to keep them organized. I want to make sure that I have the originals in the Megascan file, and then I'm going to save them with my name nomenclature, my naming standards. And then I'm also going to make sure that I'm bringing the materials over because the materials I can, yeah, I'm going to show you how I'm bringing both over. But the materials are going to be item specific. So I'm trying to keep the naming standard the same. This is for that particular worn beam, this one here. Um, so I need to make sure that those are staying the same. And now that I think about it, you know what? I don't think I need a whole new file for that. I think if I just go like this, move that to beams, we're going to move it. That's how you move something. Right, let's go to beams. So that beam goes, or this material goes with that beam. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to delete this for now. No, I'll leave the file. No, I don't need it. We'll delete it. Delete. So this way I can see not only the static mesh, but as long as I'm keeping my names specific, I can also see the material instances that go with it. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do though is we're going to take a quick, we're going to shrink that down and we're going to hit play. I'm doing this for a couple of reasons. Oh, I forgot to hit record. Aha, that was the whole reason. So Hailborn here. Now I'm recording. We're going to do a couple of things tonight. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a quick run through the level. Why? Because I didn't turn this into the hero building that it will be. And I want to have a before and an after. So I also want to check. Yeah, so I can create clip too. All right. I think a clip is 30 seconds. So, hey there, Hailborn here. We're going to take a quick run through my level. This is the character for Auric or Orin. I haven't decided yet. So this is this is going to be the hero building. So you can see that the floor assets are not perfect. The walls aren't great. This beam is what I'm going for as far as detail. I haven't created zooming in and zooming out or moving into first person yet. But take a look at the tavern. It looks cool. This is the material that I'm using. Let's get a, there you go. You can see it better there. That's the material I'm using for the walls. Clearly, I enlarged it and it doesn't look as good as I'd like. Enlarged. It looks great. I think with the big gaps, I think it looks cool. But when you get close, you can see I think it looks better the size that it's meant to be. So I'm going to take the time and really turn this into the hero building that it's supposed to be. But I wanted to give you a quick run through as a before, and then after I finish fixing it and turning it into a really cool building, I'm gonna run it through again, and it'll be the after. One thing I do like, and I'm definitely gonna keep, is that I'm leaving gaps in my floor because I'm gonna replank this with single boards. I'm gonna place every single board in this building by hand, just like you would if you're really building. Oh, collisions are working. So this is that's the current tavern, and it does need some work. These are the boards that I used. They're different colors, different sizes, but clearly they're the same material instance. That's what I need to change. And that really became apparent when I started really looking at the walls on the barn. I like the style of the barn. I like some things about it, but the fact that it's got the same material mesh, not happy with that. Not happy with the look of these beams, but I am much happier with the look of these beams. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to replace all the beams with these beams, and we're going to make it look really good. So let's hit escape. Now we are out of playing mode. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you how I am organizing my files. And to do that, download from Fab. To do that, we're going to change our view so you can see a little bit better. Okay. So we just had a quick little run through. I am recording. We're good there. I haven't eaten today, so I'm snacking a little bit. And I got my Athletic Brewing. Delish. All right. So this is a beam that I've already put into our TLS architecture folder. It came from my Megascans folder up here. So let's show you how I am going to try to keep organized by downloading a beam, renaming it, duplicating it, then renaming it, moving it over. But then we also need to make sure that we get the material and rename that. I'm not going to rename the textures. I'm going to leave those as. I'm going to leave them under the Megascans file. If I'm not mistaken, and please, if anybody's out there watching and I'm wrong on this, tell me. When I import this into a new level, I believe all of the textures that are required will come into the new level. They'll still be under the Megascans, but I don't want to change those. I don't want to edit those because it can cause lots of problems down the line. All right, so let's go to Fab. This is a beam I just downloaded. I already added it to the project. We don't need to do that again. That is, in fact, this beam right there. I already renamed it. Okay, but how should we really do this? Let's find another good beam that we have not gotten into the level yet. So I'm looking for something that's not already saved to my library. Can I make this bigger? Nope. Okay. So I'm looking for something that is not already saved to my library. That looks good. Industrial construction beam. That. Let's take a closer look. What I'm looking for. It's got these metal bands. It doesn't look bad, and it could work. But what I'm looking for in the beams is something that looks hands-on or like it was up with an axe. You know, there's those fun shaped axes that they used to use to make beams. That's what I'm looking for. This is what I'm looking for right here. I think I mentioned this the last stream, right? Take a look at this beam. It looks like it was hand cut. That's what I want. Okay. We're gonna buy it. I'm just gonna buy it. Buy it now. Oh, select a license. Personal license. I'm not a professional yet. I haven't made any money from any of this, so we're just gonna buy it. Great. You can see the last four of my card. Not worried about that. Probably should be worried about that, but I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, so this beam is now ours. We are going to. I like to bring it in raw quality. We're going to add it to project. Right, downloading down here. Oh, maybe you can't see that. That sucks. No, you can't see it because you can only see the Unreal screen. All right, but it is downloading. Once that finishes downloading, it will bring us right back to TLS Worldforge. It's at 89%. It's there. Okay, so it's importing now. Just got my receipt from Epic Games. Awesome. All right, cool. That out. Still importing. Sorry you can't see that. Let's import. Oh, there we go. Okay, so old wooden beam. VK blah 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 blah. VKBFD EKQX. Show my eye doctor that I could read that. All right, so this is the beam that we just imported. I'm going to shrink this down so we can take a closer look. We're going to go static mesh. I want to see what this beam looks like. So I just paid for it. It's good size. It's good texture. Love it. Okay, so that's our new beam. All right. So we have several beams. This one is Old Wooden Beam. That's the name that it has. This beam, I think, also is called Old Wooden Beam. We have a lot of old wooden beams. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to duplicate this beam. We're not even going to change the name here. Let's duplicate. Okay, now we have a new beam. This is a SM static mesh. TLS, that's the name, that's the acronym for my game, Three-Legged Stag. Then we're going to call this Old Wooden beam. I am going to give this E because I think we already have A, B, C, and D. And I want to make sure that I'm keeping track of how many we have, but I don't want to use numbers because if you take a look in the outliner, when you reuse a resource, if you don't change the name, it adds a digit to the end. That's how I've set it up. And I want to continue doing that. So for my naming convention, I will try to use letters to distinguish between separate purchased items, and then we'll manipulate them later. All right, so hit enter. That's saved. Great. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Now, I already have set up, so you see it, we've got wooden beam, worn wooden beam. These are all under my fab and my Megascans library. That's not where I want them because I'll be searching for the beams forever. And I don't want that. So we're going to take this beam and we are going to put it under TLS, which is the assets that I'm using to build things from now on. Architecture, beams. So let's grab it, put it under beams, and we're going to move it there. We're not just going to copy it, we're going to move it. It's going to go away and it's going to go there. Now we're going back up to static meshes. This is where that was. We're going to go to materials. Okay. Actually, we're going to come back down here real quick. VKBF. VKBF. We're going back to beams. That's the beam that we were just working on. We're gonna rename. We're not renaming, we're control C'ing because I want to use that as the exact same name. VKB. This is the one. We're gonna duplicate this as well. But I want to use that exact same name, but we're going to change that to MI for material instance. Okay. Then I'm going to take that material instance and I'm going to put that in beams. We're going to move it, not copy it. I want to keep them completely separate. So now I have the material instance and I've got the static mesh. Now, the last piece of this that we want to do, this is the original, delete that. It's gone. It's out of the level. I only want to be working with the things that are coming from my architecture folder. And that's something that I'm going to have to fix or at least monitor in everything that I've already done. So then we're going to take that beam, we're going to bring it back into the level. Right? It's got the right name. Perfect. But it's the old material instance. So we're going to take the material instance that goes with it. And I'm just going to stick that right in there. Then we're going to save. Okay. Now, this static mesh, click on that. Uh-oh, all my details have gone away. Oh, there we go. Okay. Now you can see that material instance is now the one that is associated with the static mesh that is in my TLS architecture folder. Now, if we want to change the colors, we can do one of two things. We can change this material instance right here, but in these items, can you see that? You can't see that. All right, now you can. Okay, we can change these right here. And that is what I'm going to do. But I don't want to do that necessarily with this material instance. What I want to do is I want to create three subsets, at least three subsets. This is going to be the base material, but I want to create a light variation, a medium variation, and a dark variation. off of the base. That way we can have a variation of those beams colors. It'll give us a little bit more to work with just one resource, one asset. And then honestly, this beam looks great. We can, that's E right there. We can just rotate it and it looks different. Rotate it more, it looks different. Rotate it again. Each one of these sides looks different and it looks fantastic. We can alter the size of this a little bit and we have more beams, right? So now I've just created, I'm going to be able to create from this one asset at least 4 different looking beams if I'm using them correctly. And then because I'm going to do it in 3 different colors, that's 12 beams. One purchased asset, 12 different beams. And that's before I even start altering its shape. Okay. And not just the size. I don't mean the XYZ size. I mean altering the shape. So tonight's TLS was about showing you how I plan on keeping my file structure clean, and how I'm going to reformat my files so that they make sense and that they are clean. And so that I'm not searching through a bunch of Megascan files to find one beam. I can go to my architecture, I can go to my beams, I can look at the static meshes that I have, I can see the color variations that I'm using with the material instance, and I can mix and match, right? I don't necessarily think mixing this beam onto this beam, I don't think that's going to look right. And the reason for that, let's take a look here. This is that texture. This is the texture for the original Megascan asset, and I don't want to change those. I don't know enough about Unreal and working with those to do that intelligently. I've shown that with the way the pillars look currently. I'll go back here and I'll demonstrate that. So these are the good ones, right? These are the ones that I just changed the material instance on a cylinder and they look like crap compared to this, which is a beam, which I just changed the size of. Okay. So that's what I'm going to be working on. I'm going to clean up my files and I want to turn this into the hero building that it's going to be. All right. Thanks for watching. That's going to be it for TLS for tonight. I got to work tomorrow. So, like, work the real life job. So, thanks. That's going to be it. You guys have a great night. And I'm on vacation Friday through next Tuesday. So my next live stream should be next Wednesday. I'm not going to be bringing my big computer with me, just my laptop. Don't think I'm going to get to work on TLS very much, so it might not change a whole lot. All right, but we'll see you again soon. Thank you.
Every time the night bells ring, I hope your light is what they bring. Like the North Star in the sky, you guide me home, you're my reason why. You're the light that leads me through. Every road brings me back to you. In your glow I'll never roam. Your smile's my guide, my way back home. When the road grows long and cold, your love's the warmth my heart can hold. like a hearth fire burning bright. You bring me home, you make it right. You're the light that leads me through. Every road brings me back to you. In your glow I'll never roam. Your smile's my guide, my way back home. Past the pines and rivers stone, through the dark I'm not alone. Where the tavern candles glow, that's the place my heart still knows. You're the light that leads me through. Every road brings me back to you. In your glow I'll never roam. Your smile's my guide, my way back home.